Ever feel like just scrolling through the internet for like 5 minutes and suddenly your brain's full?
Totally. It's like information overload times 1,000.
Right. And for nonprofits, I mean, talk about juggling a million things at once already. It can be a lot to deal with, but what if there was a way to like cut through all the noise?
And actually use all that data to do even more good.
That's exactly what we're diving into today.
How AI is becoming the must-have tool for nonprofits.
Like, not in some distant future, but right now, right this second.
This isn't some far-off thing, it's already here.
We're talking real practical benefits.
We had the chance to dive into a presentation from Andrew Bartolotta. He's the director of digital media over at cityCURRENT.
Yeah, he really dropped some knowledge at that Tennessee nonprofit conference.
And we're here to break it down for you.
Give you the need-to-know stuff.
And what really struck me about what Bartolotta was saying wasn't just what AI can do, but why it matters so much right now.
Yeah, why now?
Like he pointed out, ChatGPT, that AI chatbot everyone's using,
Yeah.
it hit 100 million users faster than any app ever, like in the history of apps.
Wow. Okay, see, that's a stat that makes you go, whoa, that's wild.
It's huge. It's like
Yeah.
AI went from this kind of techie concept to like, I don't know, as normal as ordering a pizza on your phone. Everyone's doing it.
Okay, so that's a lot of users, but it's not just tech people using it, right?
Exactly. It's everyone. Bartolotta actually highlighted that something like 50% of nonprofits are already at least looking into AI solutions.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, at least. And nearly a third, like almost 1 in 3, are actually already trying it out.
So it's not even about keeping up with the times anymore. It's like, are you even going to be in the game if you don't figure out AI?
And the thing is, the nonprofits that are jumping in now, they're not just keeping up, they're getting ahead.
Right, like a head start.
Exactly. Yeah. We're talking about being able to do more with less, being more efficient, raising more money.
Making a bigger impact, which is what it's all about, right?
The goal.
So it's not really a question of should we be using AI, it's how do we use it well. But first, maybe we should start with the basics, because there's a lot of jargon. Predictive AI, generative AI, it can feel like you need a dictionary just to understand the terms.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack for sure.
Okay, so AI 101, but like the crash course version.
Exactly. No long lectures here.
Right.
When Bartolotta was explaining the different types of AI, he actually made it pretty easy to understand. Like, take predictive AI, for example. Think of it like, I don't know, like a detective analyzing clues, right?
Okay.
But instead of fingerprints and stuff, they're using data to predict what might happen in the future.
So it's like Sherlock Holmes, but for like fundraising.
Exactly. It's all about finding patterns in the data.
Okay.
Like when Netflix recommends a show?
Yeah.
Because you watch something similar?
Yeah.
That's basically predictive AI doing its thing.
And I'm guessing that's super helpful for nonprofits in a million different ways.
Totally. Like imagine being able to predict which donors are most likely to give again during like a year-end campaign, based on their past donations,
Yeah.
or being able to spot potential problems before they even happen.
That's like next level planning. So predictive AI is all about predicting the future. What about generative AI?
Okay, so if predictive AI is the detective, generative AI is more like the artist.
Okay.
It's taking that same data, but instead of just predicting things, it's actually creating something completely new.
Creating something new, like what?
We're talking text, images, even music.
Hold on, is AI about to be writing Grammy-winning albums now?
Not quite yet, but who knows, right? But for now, think more like it can write really compelling marketing copy.
Oh.
Or come up with those catchy subject lines that make you actually open an email.
Yeah.
Even create social media posts that really connect with people.
So it's kind of like having an extra teammate who's really good at all the creative stuff.
Right. And it's not about replacing human creativity. It's more like giving it a boost.
I can see how that would be game-changing for nonprofits, especially smaller ones. So many hats to wear already.
Exactly. Now, let's get even more specific. Bartolotta actually broke down 5 key AI technologies that are especially useful for nonprofits.
5 key technologies. All right, hit me with it.
First up, image recognition.
Okay.
Think about all the photos nonprofits have, from events, volunteers, you name it.
Yeah.
Now imagine using AI to tag those photos automatically, like with names, locations, even emotions.
So it can tell if someone's genuinely stoked to be holding that giant check at the charity gala.
Well, maybe not that advanced, but you get the idea. It's about using facial recognition to organize those photos, make them easier to find and share. Saves a ton of time.
I never even thought about that, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What's next?
You ever get tired answering the same questions over and over again?
Oh, tell me about it. Like, what are your donation options? Where's your office?
Do you take lightly used socks?
Okay, maybe not the socks, but you know what I mean.
Right. Well, that's where chatbots come in. They can basically understand and respond to those really common questions. Give people instant answers on your website.
So it's like having a staff member who's up 24/7, but they're a robot, so they never get tired of answering the same questions a million times?
Exactly. And that frees up actual humans to focus on other things, more important tasks.
Okay, I like where this is going. What
Oh,
else?
this one's big. Speech recognition.
Okay, I'm listening.
Think about all the recordings nonprofits have, right?
Yeah.
Volunteer interviews, focus groups, board meetings, so much good stuff. But it takes forever to transcribe it all.
Oh, tell me about it. Hours and hours of listening to audio, it's the worst.
Right. Well, AI can take care of that for you.
No way, really?
Yep. You can turn all those recordings into text, searchable text, which makes it way easier to analyze.
That's huge, for real. I mean, being able to go back and actually find those golden nuggets of information buried in hours of recordings, that's powerful. Okay, what else is in the AI toolbox?
How about this natural language generation, or NLG for short? It's basically like having AI help you write things.
Wait, write things like what?
Anything. Social media posts, fundraising appeals, even just thank you notes.
So you're telling me I can finally retire my ghostwriter hat?
Well, let's just say it can give you a serious head start. It can even tailor the writing style to sound like you or to match a specific audience.
Okay, you've officially got my attention. This is way cooler than I thought. All right, so we've got image recognition, chatbots, speech to text, and AI writing assistants. What's the fifth one?
Last but definitely not least, design.
Ah, design. The Achilles heel of many a nonprofit, myself included.
Because visuals are important, right?
Hmm.
But not every organization has a graphic designer on staff.
And this is where AI comes in to save the day.
Exactly. Bartolotta was talking about these automagical design tools.
Automagical.
Yeah, it's catchy, right?
It is.
But basically, they let anyone, even if you're not a designer, create really professional-looking visuals.
Okay, so like what kind of visuals are we talking about?
Everything. Infographics, social media graphics, even layouts for your annual report. Stuff that usually takes a designer.
Right. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. The what of AI for nonprofits. And it's a lot, to be honest.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, but now how do we actually use this stuff?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Right, because it's one thing to know what it is, it's another thing to know how to actually make it work for you.
Exactly. And there was this one concept that Bartolotta kept coming back to. He called it the power prompt, which, I don't know, sounds kind of intense.
Power prompt, like a secret code word to unlock AI's potential.
Kinda, but it's more about understanding that AI, as cool as it is still a tool, right? And you have to know how to use the tool to actually get what you want.
It's like you can have the fanciest kitchen gadget in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, useless.
Exactly. You're just going to end up with a mess.
Bird cookies.
Burn cookies, exactly. And that's where Bartolotta's three-step framework for these power prompts comes in.
Three-step framework. Okay, I can handle that. Hit me.
Step one is all about defining your task. So before you even start typing anything into the AI, you have to be super clear on what you actually want it to do.
Okay, so no more just typing in, write me a fundraising email and hoping for the best.
Exactly. The more specific you are, the better the AI is going to be able to actually give you what you need.
Makes sense. So define the task. What's step two?
Step two, the data itself. This is like the fuel that's powering the whole AI engine.
So if you use bad fuel, you're not going to get very far.
Exactly. You got to make sure your data is clean, it's organized. The better your data, the better the AI is going to be able to do its thing.
Garbage in, garbage out. I've heard that one before.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got a clear task. We've got good data. What's the third thing?
Now, lay on me, what's step three?
This one's important. It's this idea of continuous feedback. So it's not like you just set it and forget it,
All right.
You've got to be checking the AI's work, giving it feedback, making adjustments as you go. It's a process.
It's a partnership.
Exactly.
Not just a robot takeover.
Not yet, anyway. And honestly, AI is not all serious business. Bartolotta also showed off some pretty fun stuff.
Oh, this is where we get to the AI rap songs, right?
You heard about that.
Oh, yeah. Rumors were flying after that conference.
Yeah, he actually shared this Memphis-style rap about the nonprofit conference itself.
Okay, that's amazing. I kind of wish we had that to play for everyone right now.
Right. But, copyright and all that.
Of course.
But he also talked about some genuinely helpful tools, like Descript. Have you heard of that one?
Descript, that's the video editing software, right?
Yeah, but it's AI-powered, so it can do things like it can transcribe your recordings
Oh, all
automatically,
right. I've heard of that.
clean up your audio, even make you look like you're making perfect eye contact during video calls.
Wait, really? Even if you're like looking at your cat across the room?
Maybe not the obvious, but if you're glancing at your notes or something, it's pretty wild.
Okay, that's both really cool and slightly creepy at the same time. Technology these days, I swear. But okay, so AI can help nonprofits with everything from managing their photos to writing thank you notes to making sure their Zoom game is strong.
Pretty much.
Yep.
It's really incredible when you think about all the ways nonprofits can use this stuff.
It really is. We've gone from what even is AI to sign me up.
Right. And honestly, I think the most important thing to remember is that it's all about using these tools the right way, you know, ethically, strategically, and always with your mission in mind.
Because at the end of the day, AI is a tool. It's here to help, not to take over.
Exactly.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's
So, for all you nonprofit superheroes out there, if you could use AI to take care of all those tedious tasks, all those little things that drive you crazy, what would you do with that extra time? What could you achieve? That's something to think about, right?
Nice.
Until next time, keep on diving deep, keep on innovating, and keep on making a difference.